A wish is granted. You may have seen my short reading. This is my full reading on magnetism and attraction. The topic was abundance, and this is the card I pulled to start us off. So your abundance is going to come to you through your magnetism. It's because you had to leave something behind, leave your old way of life behind, leave your old beliefs about yourself and your place in the world and what you could achieve. You sort of got out of the rat race, is what I am sort of hearing, that you broadened the scope of your beliefs and your behaviors, and you might have had to say goodbye to a whole bunch of people, to a job that you maybe used to like, and you've been really pulled in a different direction. You just had to kind of walk away, leaving everybody else confounded. Like, who does they think they are? And you've just sort of had to do this for your own sanity in a way. Maybe life around you was just feeling more and more crazy, and you're like, I've got to get out of this situation of gossip or backbiting or negativity, small ideas, grasping nature. You were like, none of this is me. It doesn't sit right anymore, and I have to get the fuck out of Dodge. And you did that, and you were propelled by nothing more than hope for a better future. You couldn't taste it, feel it, see it. You just had to go on blind faith that the right things would come to you. If you followed your vision, if you followed what you knew to be true, to explore a more expansive attitude to the world, to your spirituality, just to live life in a more generous, fun, carefree, light way. And you didn't have any proof that you were on the right track until now. This is when you get the rewards for all of this work that you've just put in on blind faith, is what I've been picking up. So Three of Wands, all of your ships are about to come in, and you can see them. So it's, you know, in the olden days where the merchants would send their ships to far off lands, half the time ships wouldn't come back. So you can see all your ships in the harbour now. They're that close. So this is such a great feeling. It's like there's a whole world of possibilities arriving. You can sense it, you can see it, and it's just about here. Of course, I'm going to pull more cards for what is ahead for you. But remember that the theme was abundance and the topic was magnetism and attraction. So this has all been part of a shamanic journey that you have been on. Finding your purpose, attuning to the rhythms of the universe, finding your tribe, and you might have been quite surprised on this journey when you spoke up about what you were doing, or sort of maybe a bit embarrassed, that you actually found people really gravitated to it, people you did not expect. This is the kind of an awakening going around where everyone's going, actually, I agree with you, or I feel the way you do. I want to spend more time in nature. I want to spend more time with people who make me feel good. It's that kind of energy that seems to have coalesced around this collective. And you might have felt like you're on a bit of a vision quest, as I say, not really sure where it was going to take you, and just kind of hoping that it was going to lead you in the right direction. Well, it has, because look at this. You are now a phoenix rising. This is your soul radiance shining through, and it is the magnetism and attraction that is just drawing this new life to you. It's going to happen with a bang, is what I just picked up. It's going to either leave you with new skills, new abilities, maybe new intuitive sort of strength that you didn't realize you had before, or your whole life is going to be this new gift that you did not expect. You kind of had hopes for it, but this is going to be beyond your wildest dreams, is what I'm picking up. It's going to be like you throwing back your throat, opening it up, and singing for the first time in your life. I love the energy of this card. It's like the absolute unmitigated joy bursting forth from you, because you're just so happy, fulfilled, and in alignment with yourself and with your core beliefs. And it is going to be a wish granted. So let's take a look. Let's see more about what is coming in here. What is coming up for this collective now that those ships are on the horizon? Well, to start with, this is the end of pain, of the painful cycles that you've endured through your life. It's almost like you told the universe before you incarnated, I want to have all the pain up front and then for the rest of my life live in joy. So if this resonates with you, your time of pain, of lessons, of challenges, obstacles, of not being seen, not being appreciated, not being in the right fit, not fitting in with the people you're around, all of that has now ended. This is a complete rebirth for you. So the time of pain is done. If you're like me and you like to save your favorite bit of a meal until last, so that's the last bite that you have, is the best thing on your plate. This reading is like that for you. You have like eaten all of the stuff you didn't want to eat, and now you get the dessert. This is expansion. It could be travel. It's your whole world opening up. New passions. This is 8 passions, energies. It's very expansive. You could go off in 8 different directions and enjoy exploring each of them. This is communications. It is sudden movement, sudden changes and shifts. So this kind of change isn't going to be, might have been slow coming to this point. I'm about to do a big birth of confirmation, but it is, it's going to happen rapidly from now. Okay, how is this situation likely to evolve? Oh my God. So yes, look, this has been you doing all the hard work and wondering why you haven't been able to see results. And here they are. 9 of Pentacles, absolutely abundant, absolutely self-contained, wanting for nothing. I mean, the only other thing you might want for is someone to share it with in your garden. And here we have emotionally, you are in the same position. You've gotten yourself to such a stable and emotionally satisfied and happy, joyful situation within yourself that you are ready for whatever is next. So this is financial stability, but also just groundedness, the ability to know that wherever you go in life, you will be at home within yourself. And also emotionally, you are very fulfilled. You're not latching on to other people to get validation. You can be alone in your garden and really look after your talents and nurture your own skills and abilities and whatever interests you have in life. You've been sort of working on those, and this is the abundant time, and it's making you so happy. So the only other thing that's missing is maybe a partner in this. So let's take a look and see what happens beyond this stage, because there is just a wish fulfilled. Again, this is a card of a wish fulfillment, which was one of the cards out at the very beginning. Excuse my croaky throat, my allergies are out of control. Ascension symptoms, I don't know, I've been feeling pretty crappy all week and sleeping a lot, which I'm taking as a good sign. All right, what's coming out? This beautiful 9 of Cups, 9 of Pentacles energy for all the slow, hard work that you've done. What is it going to reap? What's turned up there? 2 of Wands. I love the 2 of Wands. To me, it's the card of like, wow, where do I want to go next? This is where you get to retool the whole direction of your life. You may not be quite sure, but you're looking at the different options now. Do I stay put? Do I change? This is where you can really sit back and think, I can do anything. So what would I like to do? And again, you've got this fantastic foundation from which to do that. You can be at home within yourself, anywhere you choose to be. I mean, would you like to travel? There is a choice coming up, and you might not feel like you have all the information yet. So the two twos of choices and decisions. And one is passions, like what are all my passions? Let me think about them, or what would actually make me feel most excited? And this is sort of information gathering, feeling like I don't have enough information yet. That's understandable. When you've got a lot of options suddenly, life opens up. It can feel a little daunting, but try and feel excited by that instead of daunted. Yeah, just make sure whatever you're doing makes you feel peaceful. So that could be one of the guiding principles for helping you make this decision. What is going to make me feel the most peace and the least, well, threatened? Also, you know now that you are very self-contained. You can manage your own stability and your own emotional happiness within yourself. So there aren't actually any problems there. But if someone's going to try, if some direction is going to pull you into chaos and there might be a lot of obstacles there to help. If you feel like you need to heal someone or help them through something, that might not be ideal. So you do want to be guarding your peace at all costs. This is supposed to be a time for abundance for you, of opportunities, of a broader life. And so this is telling me, don't get pulled into other people's turmoil just because you are at a stable place. It's like you could be dragged under by all the people grasping at you to pull you off your raft and pull you underwater, and you drown with them. So this is a sort of interesting kind of wrinkle on that. There might be people around you who you look around and you feel that they desperately need your help, or that's what they might be telling you. Now remember, you healed yourself. You got yourself to the stage of self-love and groundedness. And ultimately, that's what we all have to do. That's what everybody has to do. You cannot find love or any other kind of relationship that isn't codependent unless you have self-love and self-stability. Otherwise, codependence is what you have. You cling to each other and you kind of stifle each other in a bid to keep secure. So codependence is not the way to go, and you have grown beyond that now. So just make sure that your next steps, I'm also hearing there are no mistakes. You don't need to fear your choices. You don't need to fear your choices, because every choice is a valid choice. Every choice either teaches you something about yourself, it elevates you, or it puts you around in another cycle where you can spot your own patterns and go, okay, I still need to work on this. I'm going in a circle instead of a spiral. Well, you're always going in a spiral. So there are no mistakes. So that's one thing to keep in mind. But I'm going to grab 3 cards from this deck to start with, just to see the areas of advice, the energies here that you're dealing with. So there is an expansion here with Jupiter in your 11th house of your hopes and wishes. So dream big is what this is saying. Your social circle, your friends may also really expand. They might expand your horizons. You could literally be traveling with friends, because that is, Jupiter's a very long distance travel. It is philosophical, spiritual. So you might, there's hopes and wishes all through this spread. So really take the time to get to know your own hopes and wishes. Write down your most outlandish ones. And you might find people entering your life through your social sphere that are somehow able to unlock some of these, or maybe even all of them for you, in ways that you don't expect. And remember, when you're manifesting, you don't have to know how things will happen. You can put yourself into the future, into your fabulous, glorious future. Imagine yourself there, feel yourself there, and then say to your rational mind, I don't know how the fuck this happened, but I'm so grateful for it. And feel the excitement. You like giggle because you don't know how you manifested this. But your brain just needs to hear that you have no idea how it's going to happen, and it lets your brain off the hook for figuring out how that might happen, and to be saying it's never going to happen. So yeah, I don't know how this happened. I'm looking back now, it was just a series of absolute beautiful miracles, and I'm so grateful. Who knew? So that is the energy around this for you. The key word there is innovation. Yeah, so innovative thinking, really expand your mind. 11th house is also a humanitarian house. It is helping others. So you may want to expand your energies in the realm of helping humanity in some way. And of course, the best way to help humanity is actually to work on yourself and spread joy and light to the people in your midst. And then it's contagious. And from that, from that ground zero, it ripples out and spreads around the world. Joy is contagious, and that is one of the messages that I'm getting primarily from my guides, is to really live in joy as much as you can. Find joy in the simple things, in nature. I love looking at the crystals, my candle, cats, whatever it is that brings you joy. The more you can inhabit that and appreciate the joyful things around you, the more you are actually helping to enlighten everybody on the planet, just because it is purely contagious. Your vibration increases from such simple acts, and it has a powerful effect, is what I'm picking up. So 7th house is indicated here, and that is the house of partnerships and people you partner with. Also, people who oppose you. We've got Mars there, which is the masculine principle of action. It is lust, it is anger, it is, activity, and it can be hostility. So the key word there is choice, which is really making an action towards maybe choosing a partner. So that might resonate for some of you. It's not resonating for me particularly. What I'm picking up is that there's going to be a lot of fizz and bubble in your verb of confirmation partnership realm here. So there, I'm feeling this as being effervescent energy with Mars. After a period maybe of stagnation, where you've been kind of hibernating, working quietly, like a nun or a monk, the hermit, you've been sort of hermited away maybe in your own world. And so now there's a lot of fizz and energy, action, sparkle, a lot happening. You might find you attract a couple of haters. You might find that people are opposing you, but really I am getting just so much energy and back and forth between you and other people. And I'm only really feeling this as a positive thing, in the majority anyway. And also the benefit of 7th house, if there is anger or whatever, resentment or something there, it is out in the open. They're open enemies, openly opposing you, so you know what you're dealing with. Unlike the 12th house, the Pisces house, which is hidden enemies working to undermine you. They might be very pleasant to your face and they're working to undermine you in the background. That's not this energy. This is really upfront, open, like, I don't agree with you. And you go, okay, great, I get that. Or whatever, there's a very Libran vibe to this, which is finding balance. So there might be, maybe this might be about finding balance in any partnership, because there is a lot of action there. Okay, now the sun is shining on your 6th house, and that's the Virgo house of health, of daily habits, your routines, your day job. So there is a lot that's being illuminated. There's a lot of energy coming your way into your 6th house. So you might really decide to upgrade your health and your routines right now, your diet. You might get a sudden urge to change up your diet. I know I have suddenly interested in eating a lot more fruit for some reason. I've been trying to dodge sugar all my life, and so suddenly I'm getting this really strange urge. It's healthy eating, but it's eating in a different way to what I had been. So that is intriguing, and you just might find there is more vitality here for you by some changes that you just feel inclined to make in your life. Or this is just radiance, just the radiance. Maybe you're entering a new realm of radiant good health. Maybe that is one of the abundances that you have magnetized to you by sort of doing a lot of the inner work, getting rid of those shadows. You're able to shine. 6th house is daily service. It's kind of the spiritual practice that you do daily by serving other people, by cooking their food. It's those kinds of practical applications of love, practical proof of love. What's that phrase that people use in their love languages? You know the one I mean. Acts of service. So there is some light shining there, sunshine, there's brightness, there's energy there. So see what that means to you and take that on board. All right, where does the universe want me to go next? So like I just said about you've been doing the inner work. You have really spent time with your shadow. You've looked at your negative beliefs, your negative behaviors, and as a result, the universe is saying expect powerful change. And I've noticed when I've done the inner work, when I'm working with a counselor, little realizations that I have actually changed my outer life the same day. It is actually quite uncanny. I shouldn't be surprised. It still surprises me. I know, as within, so without. You attract kind of things that are on the same vibration as you, but wow, it happens really fast. So you can expect powerful change. It is upon you. I mean, that is what this whole reading was saying. Now I'm going to get energies here to lean away from and energies to lean towards. Well, lean away from resisting letting go of heartbreak. This is a really backwards way of saying, the heartache that you've experienced is in the past. Accept that you have healed it and don't expect it to chase you or linger like a bad smell into your future, because you have healed it, it has gone. So don't bring it with you because you don't need to. Let it go. You are being urged to lean towards your King of Cups energy. So really loving with all of your heart, being because you are very stable emotionally, 9 of Cups, we've already established that. But so lean into that emotional energy, this love for yourself, this love spilling out for others. It's very protective energy. It's actually it's the active principle of love. So much like the acts of service that this card was kind of indicating, this is being active with your love, showing it to people, demonstrating it freely. And that doesn't necessarily mean romantic love. It is just the love of people. This is your time to be the presence of stable love in other people's lives. Devotion, emotionally mature and balanced, intuitive, compassionate, supportive, empathic. They're all the qualities that card listed. So interestingly, 3 random little cards that I pulled from the tea leaf deck. You might find yourself entering a new friendship with someone of the same sex. So this is like your soul tribe coming in. So that could be a new friend, especially if you've had to leave old friends behind. We got the Vine card out, urging you to seek more information, seek out the information that will help you. To me, this is coming back to these decision cards with the 2 of Wands and the 2 of Swords. If you need time to make your decision, then take time. Explore different options. You need more information. And this card just reiterated that. You want to seek out information. And so if there are new people in your life, and maybe each one is offering you kind of a different avenue forward, spend a bit of time getting to grips with what that really means, how it would feel to go down each of those paths, and get attuned to which one naturally pulls you forward, and remember that the one that feels most peaceful to you. And we've got hard work ahead. Okay, that's a new topic. I'm going to pull some cards on the hard work ahead. I feel like we've already done the hard work. So, universe, I'm going to start with a fresh deck here. What is this hard work ahead? What I'm seeing though is this being a stable platform. This is, you have actually built this platform. Now what are you going to put on it? That's kind of what I'm getting. Hard work ahead. It's like you are now at this place where you are going to build. But what? So let's take a look and see what the universe, I've left a card behind. The Hierophant. The Hierophant is a teacher, a leader, and it's the masculine counterpart, the more active counterpart to the High Priestess. The High Priestess downloads all the information and kind of just assimilates it. The Hierophant is the one out front, kind of spreading it to people and guiding people actively and teaching people. So this might be what you've been called to do in some way, to demonstrate leadership, not maybe in a formal way, but just in your daily life. To be a helping hand to others, to be an advisor to others, to lead by example. What else does the universe want you to know here about this stability that's ahead? Okay, this seems to be about relationships. And what these 2 cards, we got this card again, remember it was showing up that this is the end of all this pain. You've been through so much, you have the wounds to prove it, and you've now gotten the wisdom from those wounds. Each one has given you a lesson. You are now like a walking encyclopedia. You have, again, the feminine principle of knowledge. You've gotten all this knowledge and you have been working through it, chewing it up, digesting it, understanding it from all angles. That has made you very wise in terms of knowledge. Now that kind of wisdom can also make somebody very guarded and cool and aloof and disconnected from their emotions. So what I'm picking up is that you have gotten past all of that by building this stable table, and now you might be called upon to help others reach this point where they don't have to go through quite the same number of challenges and pain and learning that you've had to do. You can maybe help people get to this place, not by taking shortcuts, But if they want to learn from you, then you can help them through this to avoid the painful pitfalls that you have endured. So you've really done your collective, your friends, your family a service, because your wisdom that you've amassed has now led you to this place where you are ready for. This is union within yourself, your masculine principle, your feminine principle. They're united within you. This removes codependency. This removes grasping, needing, clutching. It means you can act from a place of generosity because you are stable. I'm not seeing table, I'm seeing stable. I keep seeing that. Stable table. So this stability that you have, this marriage within yourself, yes, if you are looking for a relationship, here you are ready. But this is saying to me that you can now you can help people through this minefield so they don't step on all these landmines. That's what this is saying to me. You are really going to help people. People might feel very foolish. They might feel stupid. They might feel open to ridicule. And it feels like you are the person to help get their head out of the sand, to get them to see the truth. The ostrich trap there says closed-mindedness, refusing to face reality, fear-based thinking. So, of course, no one wants to be made a fool of, and that is fear-based thinking that keeps a lot of people kind of trapped in the matrix of like, I should have a 9-to-5 job, I should buy a house, I should be in a relationship, I should. All the things that people expect. It keeps you the fear keeps you acting in ways primarily to avoid feeling foolish, not to follow your dreams, but it's for what other people would think of you. And that is what the nature of the matrix is. It's not shady people with all powerful meeting in rooms to control the world. The matrix is this horrible human conditioning, which I understand for survival mechanisms. I know why it's there. The bacterial, biological part of the human wants to fit in above all else. The spiritual side of us doesn't give a shit about fitting in. And I think this is what you are being guided to help people by the way you live or with your advice, to help them reclaim their youthful desires and joys, follow their youthful impetus. Like what did you want to be when you grew up? It is like just play, it is fun, it is joy. Who says that you have to succeed in the earthly ways, that everybody has been bought into this crazy matrixy belief? Yes, we need to earn money, we need to eat, we need to get a roof over our head. We've got all of these needs that we do need to take care of. But do you have to buy into the biggest house, the flashiest car? I mean, these things, they're enticing. There's no fucking doubt about it. But, you know, as a kid, you used to build a hut out of sticks and enjoy playing in it, and you didn't need to have a caravan to play in. You could build a house of sticks, and that was even better, most probably. Wow, what am I trying to say here? So this is about really letting go of human conditioning and the fear of ridicule, limiting beliefs. Stop worrying what other people think. And it feels like you are the person that is going to help other people get beyond this, or you have done all this work and you are now finding your youthful, joyful enthusiasm here. Okay. Yeah, so that might be something that you are grappling with. It seems like there is time. It is now time to get out of a situation. So if this has been preying on your mind, this desire to get back to joy and to get out of these sort of limiting beliefs and letting go of the fear of looking foolish, it is time to really think about how you can practically make that work for yourself. Not by quitting your job and moving out of home with all your belongings tied up in a freaking tea towel on a stick and becoming a hobo. That is not what this is about. But it is, how can I introduce small elements of freedom into my life so that I am still safe and I've still got a roof over my head, but I am also pursuing my joy. What else have we got here? So there may be problems to be resolved. So you might spill a bit of ink in terms of making these changes in your life. It may cause ripples, but That might be the fear. This might be what this card is referencing here, the fear holding you back from really manifesting your true desires, your true joy. And frying pan fire, to me this is your fear. This isn't what is coming. This is like you're really worried about, what if I leap out of the frying pan, will I end up in the fire? That seems to be what's on your mind, because so what this is saying to me is you can really feel your soul calling you forward, especially if you haven't made the changes yet, but you just know what they are. So what does the universe want you to know about these? I'm going to end with these cards because this is just kind of where I feel it's coming to a natural conclusion. And of course, if you want your own private reading on this topic or any other, go to my website, abundancelovejoy.com, because this is a collective reading. This is the energy of the time, and it affects people in different ways and in different moments. We're all swimming in the same sea, but there are different pockets of currents, is kind of how I understand this sort of collective energy to radiate. It hits some people at different times and with different intensities. You might be in a sheltered cove, you might be out in the midst of the waves. We're all in the same soup, but experiencing it slightly differently depending on where you are in your journey. But look what's ahead. Joy. The universe really wants you to move into joy. It is there for you. The universe is going to, if you jump out of this frying pan where you feel like you cannot take it any longer, this narrow, stultifying life that is sort of sucking the life out of you, it is saying take the leap, because the universe will step in and give you gifts to help you get started. There is some generosity coming from the universe here, and it is going to be your fresh start, and this is your golden opportunity. This is the opportunity for stability and money, to be honest, coming at you. This is what you are being given. So taking the leap, it might feel counterintuitive to leave a high-paying job, presuming that you are capable of supporting yourself, leaving the high-paid job, cutting off those golden handcuffs, downsizing, and maybe starting life in a much smaller way, with like a token start, or really scaling back. But that is your new golden ticket to expand, and expand through joy. So that is what I'm picking up for this collective. I hope that resonates for you, my darlings. And as I say, if you'd like a personal reading, go to my website. Otherwise, this is Sarah wishing you much abundance, love, and joy.